listen.
You did not. You fucking didn't.
No. Okay, man.
I've got a tiny mic.
Right,
Thank you, Carl.
Everybody was starting it off with a penis joke.
Yep, we started off halfway through a penis joke. Guess what, motherfuckers?
After
Wow.
Yeah. The film Fuks are back.
The film Fuks are back.
In our
brand new
studio,
slightly old fuckery studio. We are back.
It is comfy.
So we're actually recording this about a month and a half after our last video or our last podcast dropped.
Yeah,
we are not going to release this
till Christmas
for a year.
For a year?
Yeah, you said after a year hiatus.
Well, no, we're releasing
no.
this a year from Christmas.
A year from Christmas.
2019. This podcast is dropping.
Trump has been impeached and then re-elected.
And then impeached again.
And then impeached
and then
again.
Killed by a robot.
And then killed by a robot who is now our dictator.
Yeah, it's sweet. Let me tell you, it's a nice change of pace.
It's a robot Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's Robo Donald. Yeah. My mechanical penis is bigger.
This is my robot wife.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
She's suing me because I paid her for sex.
She's suing you?
No.
Carl is in the midst of a horrendous sex scandal.
Yeah, with the robot.
With a robot Melania Trump.
Carl. That's some goddamn respect.
Yeah.
His wife, though.
Yeah, he cucked.
Yeah, that's
he
the
cucked.
first robo lady.
He cucked our first robo president.
Dude, Carl is number one badass.
He's a cuck lord.
Yeah. Our number one cuck lord, Carl River. Back on the podcast.
Back on the podcast after several episodes of kind of no fun being had.
Yeah,
and
seriously, we apologize.
You know what, guys?
We apologize.
Here's a bomb to drop. He's been with us the whole time, just like the first time he was around, or we said he was around.
Masturbating behind the curtains with that wizard.
Yeah, right in front of a mic. He just hasn't been able to get a word in edgewise.
Why would I? I mean, that was a lot of fun.
He came on a wizard.
Yeah.
Multiple times. That wizard is covered.
Covered.
He looks like a snowman.
Yeah. He's frozen
in time. Cum becomes carbonite over time.
Yes.
Do not play with his beard. Don't.
God.
I mean, I gave him some beard gel.
Nice, dude. Attaboy, yeah! That's why we bring Carl here,
That's why Big Dick Thunder.
Big Dick Thunder!
So, okay,
Big
over...
Dick Thunder, cum lord, or no.
Cuck lord. Number one cuck lord.
Number one cuck lord.
So...
We're gonna sell that on a t-shirt.
We are. That's one of our first t-shirts is gonna be number one cuck lord, Big Dick Thunder.
Big Dick Thunder, yeah.
Okay, so... As you can tell, we are punch drunk as fuck right now. We've eaten too much popcorn. Too much soda.
Too much butter, dude.
And it's the Yuletide season. And we have these incredible things. Carl was nice enough to get us presents. Wally got him something in return. I gave him nothing.
Well, it is nice that we all get like one gift now, so that's kind of nice.
I guess.
Yeah,
I'm still an asshole. I mean, ideally, everybody would have gotten everybody everything, and then we would...
You are the gift. You are Tyrion.
No, I actually have something for you. I just haven't ordered it yet.
Gosh. I got nothing, dude.
It's okay.
No.
It's okay. My
Right,
gift, okay, so we're going to,
You go first.
No,
Yeah,
you go first. No, you go first.
Oh, yeah, I said you go first.
The host goes first.
The host goes first.
I'm not the host.
It's your show.
Yeah, it's like a...
No, it's not.
It's your studio.
No.
Carl,
Wally is the maverick.
Yeah.
Carl, you go first.
Obviously.
Okay, Wally, you gotta get this right. He's not the cum lord.
No,
that's not what this wizard said when I was doing it all
Okay.
over.
Number one cum cuck lord. Open your gift.
Come on, open the gift. It's already open for you.
Yeah.
You can see its shiny hair.
Ooh.
So it's Vegeta, Goku, and evil whatever his face is, Goku.
Oh yeah, Goku, Black Majin, Vegeta, and then...
What are you trying to say, Akira Toriyama? That again, man.
That is awesome.
Holy shit. That is... Oh, shit! That is super cool.
Yeah.
It is a foil, so it switches as you turn it. That's really... Fucking Wally.
I've seen
Carl
it on
loves some
Facebook.
Dragon Ball, so...
What?
I've seen these on Facebook.
Oh, really?
And, yeah,
I wonder if Wally ordering it may have caused you to see that on Facebook. Thanks a lot,
Maybe.
Facebook,
Yeah, thanks, Facebook.
spoiling Christmas gifts, you assholes.
I'm deleting my Facebook next year. That's my New Year's resolution.
I tried, and then I'm like, I need to stay on
you gave it up
Tinder.
for like one day.
I got hacked.
Oh,
I got
it
hacked.
back for Tinder.
I'm like, I have so many good photos, and
There you go.
He's just like, if you want to see
Tinder,
a dick
saving
pic, just add
Facebook
me on
since
Facebook.
2018.
He's just like, if you want to see a dick pic, just add me on Facebook.
There you go.
what does that mean? You saying my face looks like a dick?
That's not very
No.
nice, Carl.
Carl!
Carl!
That's so very
That
nice,
hurts
Carl.
people.
That hurts people, Carl.
Anyone remember that video?
Yeah, llamas and hats,
Llamas
bitch.
and hats. Carl, have we ever showed you llamas and hats?
No.
Okay,
We'll show you.
we'll show you.
Yeah.
We'll do a
Shout
video.
out to llamas and hats.
It'll be
They're like
it'll be a
10-year-old video.
reaction video of llamas and
Oh,
hats
God. Yeah.
with scenes from Two Girls One Cup
God.
spliced in.
It's the way it was meant to be seen. That was the creator's original vision.
Yeah, prelude to Two Girls One Cup.
His
Okay,
llama-
Wally, your turn.
Oh, no, you.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Let me milk it. This is some ASMR shit.
Ooh,
Oh, do you hear that?
crispy right there.
Oh, that's some good
That's some
squeaks.
quality
That's some good
rapping
squeaks.
right there.
Oh,
That's like a book. It's like a book.
you think it's a book? Wait, how
It's
do
not
you
a
open a book?
You
you rip the
I
paper.
rip into a good book. That's what I do.
Excellent, Wally. Oh boy. This is hells to the yeah.
Oh yeah. What is it? What is it? Oh shit, dude.
Oh, is it?
Hell yeah.
Oh, so it's secret.
Ooh, open
Ooh,
it up,
ooh.
baby.
Okay,
Dude,
so
it's just gonna be filled up
for the audio
pickle-
listeners,
Oh yeah.
it's a gift box for Rick and Morty. It's got a nice little handle. Like this shit's legit.
It's just got a bunch of pickle Rick.
I hope it's
dildos,
just
right.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Your fingers weren't crossed.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. From the victory side.
Don't you spoil this, Wally. It's an audio medium.
You're ruining our brand new studio.
Ruining it. Oh hell yeah.
What are the shot glasses?
Oh.
These are
Shot glasses.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. This is like promoting alcoholism, and frankly, I approve. It's Rick and Morty.
Oh, you wanted one of
Oh,
those
it's a
too.
flask.
It's a flask.
6 ounce flask.
Oh, this is sweet. What is in? That's so weird.
Is
Oh,
that air freshener?
this is so cool. It's a
Oh, I
Pickle
know,
Rick
like,
air
it's so-
freshener.
Yeah.
You
They
have one of
smell like
those?
pickles. I have one that's just them gone through a portal.
Oh, and then this is a box inside of a box. Oh, it's salt and pepper shakers. Damn,
Their eyes
dude.
are so creepy.
They're so dead.
Yeah, they are.
It's like no
Come
matter
on,
how
Justin,
expressive
rather
they
breathe
are.
some life into your character.
He does that through his voice, motherfucker.
Yeah,
This is
that's
amazing. This is so good. Another ASMR. Styrofoam.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Look.
Meow. Oh god. Oh, it's so tight.
Come on, I want to open my gift already.
Okay, let me finish.
Okay. Oh, that's really creepy.
It's very
I wanted to say it was cute, but
It's
creepy.
creepy.
As all hell.
It's they're heads. They're
Yeah,
just
eyes
the
for
heads. Just
They
the
have
heads.
the
The
frank
eyes are
expression.
terrifying.
Yeah,
It
dude,
looks
their eyes-
okay.
their eyes
Popping
popping
out.
out.
I seriously think
where the
Rick-
salt comes from their eye.
no, it's the top of the head.
Oh, that
So-
would be cool.
So they're disembodied heads. Both of them have the expression that their heads were recently chopped off.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that was done
legitimately.
intentionally.
Like
Yeah.
Rick doesn't even have a mouth, kind of.
Morty
He just has
especially,
like a.
his mouth is like
a gape.
Dude, his eyes are like perfectly
Well,
popped
does
out
Rick
like
have
two
the
tits.
drool
Yeah, he
going
just
down?
has the drool, but like his actual mouth is like barely visible. Here, pass that
I
over.
kind of see it.
Yes. This is what
my
the.
God.
Isn't that creepy?
That is
And
creepy
Morty's
all
is
over.
good too.
You gotta put this on the table during Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. Just
Yeah, just put salt and pepper in this.
Yeah.
Just pass it around.
No, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's
Carl.
awesome, dude.
I feel incredibly bad. I didn't even get you anything, and you give me awesome stuff.
Carl, yeah. the
Wait, what
titty.
was that? Wait,
What, like
was
two
that
titties?
it, Carl?
Yeah.
All you were
Double
doing,
Ds.
you were just double
His
D's.
eyes are
Oh,
legit, like,
they do
Yeah,
have
but
a
it's like-
tit
bulging
like.
out,
It's
like
like
they're
what you were
perfect
doing. You were
tits,
making
you know?
Marty breastfeed.
I
Yeah.
thought you were saying his head's like my tit.
No, his
Oh, that's
eyes
what
are
your
like
nipple looks like.
No, his eyes are like bulging out like two perfect double D's.
Carl, how would you know?
Those eyes are tits that belong on a woman.
These
Clearly.
eyes.
These
I'm
eyes.
crying. Okay.
The black dot
Alright.
is the nipple.
God, Carl. They do kind of look like that.
Oh,
Okay,
this
on
looks
to
cute.
Wally. Damn,
This looks
that was
cute.
such a good gift,
It is
Carl.
cute.
Oh,
I
you
needed one of
fucker.
these. Look at that. It's a dog. He got me a dog.
It looks like he has a belt on.
Dude, I'm not removing
He looks
that. That
so
looks
fat.
Awesome.
It's a giant Godzilla plush.
Yes.
With a
I
okay,
wanted to
it has a
believe that that's
huge.
dog.
It has a vagina.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's
You s-
supposed to be.
It has no
Is it a
butt.
blanket?
No, it has a like a
Oh, it makes a sound chip or
sounds.
something.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
you gotta
Oh.
put batteries in there.
Oh,
Or you
okay.
could put a pocket pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a dog for
Put a pocket
Carl-
pussy in it.
Carl's like, oh wait a second. Can I have that back?
God, that's disgusting.
Can I have that back?
Alright, sorry. We're canceling the podcast again.
We're going blue.
Yeah.
Gotta add a pocket pussy to Godzilla, so Wally.
What?
can
No,
buy
that's
his
dumb.
fantasy.
God.
Hold on.
Christ.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Podcast over.
We're going blue. And I need to play the song.
Blue ball.
Yes, Blue Balls. the very much popularized song Blue Balls.
My balls are blue and black and gray.
The host,
There
of
are all
the,
sorts of
the host
colors.
of the show tells us to.
What do you mean the host? That's it.
Yeah, because
It
otherwise
just
you'd
went
be-
to blue. It didn't even say blue house or a blue world. Just blue, like
Dude,
me,
that was worth it.
inside and out.
Yeah.
Okay,
This thing's so fucking cute.
it is very cute. Throw it over here. Oh God.
This
Oh,
lobster
man.
bugger.
Okay, is there an actual? What do you press
There's like
something?
I don't know. There's no batteries
so-
in it, so.
I
No?
think he asked to add batteries to it.
But what do you press? Do you press the nose?
No, I guess I think it's said on his belt
the dick, yeah.
that he's supposed
Oh, yeah, I
to
heard
shake
that.
him and hug him.
Oh,
You shake it, yeah.
and love them. Shake 'em.
Huggable, try me, shake action. Okay, Godzilla.
It says try me. Oh God, it vibrates. Hold on.
Carl, what did you get me?
There's literally a gap in his crotch
What do you mean
area,
I'll shake?
and he'll
You
shake.
can clap your hands
This is
too
the-
to make me shake. Carl, you got me a weird sex toy. Thanks, buddy.
That looks like Godzilla.
Oh, it is shaking. That's creepy. I don't like that one bit. That thing's sleeping far away from me. Oh,
this is
Christ!
so-
touch me.
This is so good. What an incredible
God.
gift.
It's
Oh.
still vibrating.
Folks, it's shaking the bag that Carl wrapped or put it
Oh my
in.
God.
It is
Take
shaking
you
it.
back to the depths from which you came. Oh yeah, if you clap.
Yeah,
it
if you
shakes.
clap, it shakes.
We're gonna
Oh.
be doing a lot of clapping.
Yep.
It's shaking again.
Is the mic picking that up?
I
Dude, that
don't-
thing is shaking
I don't
really
think so.
fast right now.
All right, he'll sit in the middle between us, just to break the tension.
What
Oh,
are
he's
you
gonna fall
doing
off.
with that couch cushion?
We did nothing.
Oh no! Pick it up!
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's basically club soda.
I think we need to take a break
guys, we're gonna cut to our first break. Here, listen to an ad.
Well, hey, don't you hate these darn ads?
If you do, tweet us at the Film Fuks and tell us we hate ads. Oh God, here comes Godzilla vibrating through the house.
Carl, it's my Godzilla. How dare you?
Oh no, it's got lasers.
Laser eyes.
Pew pew pew. Choo, 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 choo. Choo, choo. Oh God, we're gonna die. Oh God, we're gonna die. Oh God, Carl's dead. Oh fuck, Carl's dead. He
We have to go out and find ourselves.
We have to go fight. Yep, we gotta have a new person to sit silently while we talk, and then get us really good.
Now taking applicants.
Get it? Yes. Yeah, that's another. This is okay.
Hang out with us. Well,
Did you think this was an ad for no ads? Psych! It's an
Psych.
ad for a new co-host / underling for the podcast that all they do is sit silently and occasionally give us gifts.
Big Dick Thunder, will you rise
Yes.
to the occasion?
Will you become our new Big Dick Thunder?
Tweet at us at Big Dick
Rise to
Thunder.
the occasion like Carl always did.
Yes. Oh, more penis jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold
buddy.
on. I need to start having this queued up more. I don't think I can get it.
Christ, this is gonna be unlistenable.
No, it's not. Okay, it seems like this is what people like.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, he's got kawaii anime eyes. Check it out.
While he's like resting this Godzilla on his lap, and like slowly squeezing
Dude,
it.
This thing's sweet. Like, I mean, I'm 26 years old. I shouldn't need a stuffed animal, but this thing's awesome.
I thought you'd love it. That's why I got
Dude.
it.
It's
Simple
good.
man.
It's vibrant.
It's not gonna
Oh
stop.
man.
Is there
Okay.
an off switch?
Yeah, there is on that box.
Do we have?
You have
Can
to
you fit-
fist it to get to it.
Yeah. Oh, that's some good ASMR. ASMR.
Yeah, ripping his innards out.
Vagina.
It's
Okay.
That's
I'm gonna
amazing.
take a picture of this and tweet it. Maybe we should get an
That's
Instagram.
Kind of amazing. Well, I mean, where else would you put it though?
Yeah.
On his back.
On his back or his stomach.
No, it's where it needs
its
to be.
mouth.
In his mouth isn't a bad idea.
I mean, I like the simple mouth they went with. Like
But if it was like, if it was an actual mouth and then in the very back, it's like, ah. Okay, sorry.
Ooh, that's a reference to that Muppet movie that everyone's forgotten at this point. Happy Time Murders?
Yeah, did we review that?
We did not review that. It was
We
fun,
saw
though.
it.
Yeah.
It was good.
I
I
don't
still
remember
haven't seen
any of it really.
I would say see it. I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of interesting. They try and bring in a lot of like
It's just
social issues that don't seem to land.
Yeah, no, none of that lands. It's a fun idea, and it does kind of overstay its welcome. But
Yeah.
it's like it's fun to see.
In the way that something else we recently just saw it kind of didn't. Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
Best Spider-Man movie ever, maybe. We'll see.
Okay, no.
We'll see.
It's
Until
the best
until-
Spider-Man movie ever. I will
this
say
point
that.
in
Wally
2018
thinks Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is better than this.
Well, okay, that movie came out, 15 years ago, and I think it still holds up pretty well. You gotta, consider, this just came out. We just saw this movie, so we gotta give this time to sit and wait, because I thought Spider-Man Homecoming was the best Spider-Man movie. I'm like, nah, Spider-Man 2, still better. This, I will say, just seeing it, I think this is a Spider-Man movie that's gonna, okay, so this movie's made in a way where it's literally just a comic book.
Yep.
For the first time, I felt like I just watched a comic book.
Yep.
It's like what you've always wanted from comic book movies, like live action or not. This is because I've always personally been a big fan of animation. So to see it where they go in a direction where there's camera shots like a comic, they have word bubbles, they do all sorts of cool things. I'm sorry,
There's a lot of comedy,
There
which is great. the chase scene
It's
from
one
the.
of the funniest
Do you
movies
remember
I've seen
me
in a while.
trying to find that video of the chase scene? That was.
That was hilarious.
He
They,
just they smash his face into the
it's
ground.
like, there's this one part where it's literally like Home Alone style of like this man should be dead from all the beatings he's taken. I don't give a fuck that he's Spider-Man. He's gonna be dead after this.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
Yeah, that
in the
was
funniest
actually
way.
fucked up. It was great.
It was just so funny.
It was. I think it was one of his
Oh yeah,
best.
that's right.
I think it was the best Spider-Man movie they've ever made.
I agree.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's a fair.
And the thing is, it's not something with CGI. Like, I don't think it's gonna age as bad as some of the older, like the other Spider-Man movies, because it's just an animated movie.
It's
like it will age.
Experimental in its like how it uses CG and how it just uses animation. Like we did notice, there's like some points where I guess things look kind of flat, but not like flat done on purpose. Because there's a lot of parts where the characters are just flat, but that's kind of like the Japanese Spider-Girl. Like is specifically supposed to be flat because that's like an anime.
Yep, it's very stylized, but there were points where like the stylization didn't work. Like it looked like I think it was only
different styles.
One thing I will say is like
there's only
if
one
you're prone
really
to
bad
seizures, I would say like avoid this movie. I don't think this movie's seizure friendly.
No,
like,
or
at all.
Or if you have, so my dad gets motion sick whenever he has to do anything with 3D. If you don't like even 3D with the glasses on, this will fuck you up because there were points where it felt like it was a 3D movie that you didn't have your glasses on for.
That was done purposefully, but this movie does take getting used to because no other movie is just like, okay, we're just gonna go with the whole comic book aesthetic. That includes like thick shading, just weird proportions on characters. It's like it's stuff that would just be like, oh, in the comics, not like, oh, this is a realistic interpretation. It's like we're just taking comics for what they are and putting it to the big screen. So it's like.
I also will say, whereas comics, each panel is very detailed, there was a lot of blurriness in this movie around the characters, and it seemed like it was kind of supposed to be stylized, and
some of it didn't look great. Like when things were in the foreground and they were blurred, that didn't look.
Yeah, it
great.
was clearly just we are either strapped for time or just didn't want to animate or didn't want to draw those in detail, so they kept, and I thought at first it was so bad, I thought that maybe it was something where once he got his spidey sense and that sort of thing, everything would kind of come into focus fully, and it never did. And plus the texturing on the screen added to the blurriness, because throughout the whole thing, because it was a comic thing, there was texturing. There was like
cross-hatching, but it's like speckling on some of the characters.
Well, and there was just a texture, like it was like little like
dots.
octagon, dots and that sort of thing.
That's a classic comic book way.
Yeah, that's how they printed it, is to save money, but that's completely unfounded. I have no idea. I'm not a comic head.
So I've taken comic classes and besides this just being a great Spider-Man movie, if you just love comics, this is like the first time you'll feel like, oh, I've actually watched the comic, because they've tried like motion comics and stuff before, but this, at the beginning, it has like approved by the Comics Code, which is an old thing from the 1960s, so that was like a nice nod to that.
Nice.
I don't know, there was a lot of fun Easter eggs if you're just a big freaking nerd.
Or if you just love Spider-Man, they reference a lot of the other movies in really good ways.
They roast Spider-Man 3 like right off the bat.
Yep.
Within the first minute of the movie, they're like, we did the whole weird dance thing.
And I did this for a little bit. We don't talk about that very much. But yeah, it was really good.
What were your initial impressions, Carl?
Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, as someone who's like, you've kept up with like not necessarily the comics, but also like the cartoons. Like, I think our reference is more from the movies. So it's like, what did they take from like more animated stuff to bring it to their like first animated movie?
Yeah, whip out your thoughts. Right on the table.
whip them out.
I love the movie. The Spider-Gwen, which we were talking about, was kind of like because we were starting to talk about how they were gonna do a sequel.
Yeah.
Which they already plan on doing. But because you were like, how the heck does she get into the fold? And because in her universe, Peter Parker dies and she picks up the mantle, and it's kind of like the same way that Miles does in this movie. You know, because Peter Parker dies, he gets bitten by a radioactive
Well, poor Miles
spider.
has 2 big deaths that happen.
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah. Fucking spoilers, Wally. Jeez.
Oh yeah,
But like, I wouldn't say that that Spider-Man dying is really a big impact thing for Miles, because like it's not like they knew each other.
I think that's also going to be kind of a given in these movies too.
It was a little bit because he was supposed to.
I think
teach
it was.
him,
Well, yeah, but
you know.
it's not like it was that emotional, like that
I'm
Uncle
not
Ben,
gonna
that
spoil it.
Uncle Ben moment where it's like,
That-
oh,
he
this
did
death.
have that
He
moment.
did,
He did
but
have
it
that
wasn't with Peter Parker.
No.
It was
It was with
this-
another character.
yeah.
Are we trying to avoid spoilers?
For a little bit,
yeah.
occasionally, yeah. As soon as we start
we
running
just
out of
started
stuff to
talking,
talk
yeah.
about, because we've jumped in pretty quick and we had a couple of spoilers already.
So
But-
yeah, I guess like, what are you just like? Okay, we've never seen anything like this before. Like, what were your just initial feelings like?
Yeah,
when
how
think
did you
of the-
feel?
I loved it. I loved the spider layer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool because they had like the vehicles for like Spider-Man toys.
Yep.
Then
Yeah, that was great.
they had all the different suits that you could unlock in the Spider-Man game.
I was just gonna say,
Nice,
there's a couple,
which was
yeah.
really cool.
The one with the cape.
Oh yeah, I love the
Remember that?
cape. That was a
cape
great
wasn't
joke.
In the game.
Gotcha. It was like a Doctor Strange sort of cape.
Well, it was just supposed to. I think it was just a. It wasn't anything canonical. It was
No.
just like, oh, they make a joke about this earlier. We need to put it in now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
there's a lot of, I mean, not just animated movies do this, but I guess Deadpool kind of started the trend with live action of like making fun of yourself and kind of being self-referential when it comes to movies. And there's definitely that in this, but there's more to it than that, which, yeah, that makes that makes this just a better package. As a
I
movie.
definitely don't think any Marvel movie has really nailed that recently.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that's
you-
the thing recently,
there-
because they've done the same thing for like 10 years, so you kind of get all.
Well,
the
yeah,
same shit.
and it's just a joke. Like, it's a joke a minute sort of thing that they're not insanely funny, or even the situations aren't insanely funny. They're just kind of throwing out random like one-liners and stuff like that.
See what sticks.
Whereas this, like, him not understanding how to use the web shooters right away, and then having that big chase scene where he just is hanging on for dear life to this
There's,
unconscious
a lot
corpse.
Of physical comedy in this.
Yep.
And it's like that's what you can achieve through animation. Is
Yep.
just a lot of gags. They even reference Looney Tunes with Spider-Ham, which of course was my favorite character.
Yeah.
Of course,
It's
yes.
a cartoon.
Yeah. I guess we could start throwing that out now. So yeah, Spider-Ham played by John
Mulaney.
Yeah, John Mulaney.
Not John
Fucking
Hamm.
great. I was going to say John Hamm because you screwed me up. No, but they didn't really use him as much as I'd hoped. It was more just like a bit character.
So yeah,
but-
there were like 3-bit Spider-Mans, or 3-bit Spider-Man. No, or
Sadly, there wasn't a
like an
3-bit
8-bit
or an 8-bit
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay, great. I mean,
Okay,
that's
so
good.
Wally, your Spider-Ham favorite character. Carl, favorite Spider-Man character.
Yeah, out of the Spider-like family.
Probably the Peter Parker from another dimension.
Nice.
Okay.
I liked.
I love. Yeah, the jokes on him were so great because it was just like pudgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
was great. It was
Yep.
just like sick. He starts off with sweatpants.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
that was freaking great.
did he rip his pants or did he not grab them?
I don't think he grabbed them.
Okay,
Because like,
because he just grabbed the mask.
yeah.
No, he was
When
wearing
he's
them when he
going
came through.
I think when he was going through the portal, like he was just like in his apartment.
He was, but he had his suit taken off to the waist,
Yeah.
and then he shot and remember that, and then he grabbed
Yeah,
his
he
mask
grabbed
at the
his
end,
mask.
Maybe it got ruined as he was coming through, because I remember there was a scene where the pants got ruined.
Oh.
So maybe it was in the chase scene then.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There's like a few scenes where like I was kind of confused of like what was going on. These are like this is a really nitpicky thing, but they're where like he's going to school at this like boarding school, so he's like living there and he has this roommate, and they didn't like introduce the fact that he's like living at school. So I'm like, who's this person who's like just sitting next to him? Like that didn't.
Well, it
like,
was subtle. Because
yeah.
it was, at the beginning, the mom's like, well, I'll see you Friday, so you kind of assume it was a Monday, and that he was going to...
I thought about it too much. I was like, why wouldn't he already be, like, at the boarding school, like, home?
So he comes home every weekend.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, that's why, yeah.
Yeah,
But the...
That's such a nitpick. That is,
transferred schools.
Yeah, he just transferred... But the weird thing is... Oh, I guess it did have a bed. I thought there was something underneath. It didn't look like there was actually bunk beds at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, when the kid gets knocked out, there was a bed that popped up. It looked like there was just one like a lofted bed.
Yeah, it did look like there was just one bed.
Yeah, it was just a lofted bed, and then all of a sudden, as soon as the kid gets knocked out, that's when the bed suddenly appears underneath that they put him on. But
I don't know.
it was weird. I mean, that, like I said, that I was confused as to why, and it was a super tiny room. That's why I'm like, okay, this can't be. How can he have a roommate? It's so small.
Yeah, right.
They share a desk, and it's on a corner.
Yeah.
So they have like 4 windows.
Yeah.
But no, I'd say.
Pick a side.
Well, I would say my favorite character was Miles because, like, oh god. Such a cool progression, plus the cool-ass suit that's just spray-painted, even though there was a black suit right next to it that he could have just taken.
Yeah, he ruins
but he wanted
just
to
a
make
random...
his own.
Well, yeah, but he just kind of spray-painted over, like, the iconic suit. I wish he would have had the cape, and it had gotten, like,
That
ripped
would've been
off
awesome,
as he was going there.
Yeah.
That would have been cute.
Yeah. Like, it gets caught on, like, a hook or something and just pulls off.
Or a heavy wind and it just blows away.
Yeah. Well, it'd be funnier if he actually got punished for the fact that the cape, like, is impractical, kind of like they talk about in The Incredibles.
Yes, yeah.
But...
No capes.
Yep.
This movie is not cape-friendly, except... I mean, Nick Cage technically has a cape. He's wearing a suit.
That's not a cape.
It's a trench coat.
Yeah, it's a trench coat.
It's technically a cape, I feel.
Do you put your arms through a cape, motherfucker?
Not like
Yeah!
It's kind of cape-like. He was the Batman Spider-Man.
What?
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
This is Spider-Man Noir.
Noir.
Did they call them all by their like oh, this is Spider-Man Noir? Because yeah, they said Spider-Man.
They had the comics, remember?
They all went through their own origins.
Well, not all of them. They kind of said, "Oh, I guess it's not that long for the 3 other ones." They went for the older Peter Parker and Gwen, and then for the rest of them, they're like whatever. But then they throw at the end of all of those, they throw or maybe it's the beginning. They throw comics down like each of these are their own comics that were created.
So it's like it takes an idea like you would think, oh, we're introducing like essentially the same character 5 times. That's going to be really boring. This movie does it in a creative way.
Yep.
It's like everyone has their own style and stuff. So.
Yep, and they all have kind of a similar like short game origin story.
Yeah.
And so it like the fact that they kind of skipped over a couple of them wasn't that big of a deal, but they still included the like. The comic title, which is all you really needed, and
Yeah, no, that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Just I don't know. It's crazy to see a movie finally like this, because this is all I wanted from like comic book movies is to embrace the fact that it's a comic, and this movie has done that in ways where there's other live action movies that have done stuff similar to this, like. It reminded me a lot of Scott Pilgrim.
Yep.
Has a lot of like scenes that are just straight from the comic book. But it's like a lot of the newer Avenger and Marvel movies, like they're fun, but they're not necessarily feel like a comic book. It feels like they're going more for just a straight action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they've kind of I think what Spider-Man is good for is being that kind of coming of age story, because I think everybody can relate to a coming of age story, and like seeing the emotional progression of this kid is really grounding for the movie. And no other, I mean, even the Tobey Maguire, like he even looked really old in those. Like,
yeah, it wasn't until Spider-Man Homecoming, I'm forgetting the
Tom Holland.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, we got the like kid Spider-Man. That's
Yeah.
like how he is in the comics.
Yeah. And
that's why I liked the Peter Parker from another dimension, because his was kind of like that redemption.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
it's like he's both the like the wise sage or whatever who gives the advice, or the guide, spirit guide, but also he's fucked up in his own way, and he needs, it's a road to redemption thing.
And that, like you said, this is the great thing about Spider-Man. It's like, I would say he's probably, the world's most popular superhero outside of Batman and Superman, but Batman and Superman, like, all kind of go off of ideals and stuff. They're more like icons rather than like actual characters.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man is more fleshed out.
Yep.
Like he's
more
like
human.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still get that power fantasy of like super strength and like fighting bad guys and stuff, but it's like with all of these movies, even the Tobey Maguire movies, they did have that like that human connection, and that's why like Spider-Man has always stand out against like other characters.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about villains.
Okay.
Like, there were a lot of Spider-Man villains.
That was great.
Movie.
Not only do you get like 5 Spider-Mans, you get like 5 different Spider-Man villains. And it's like it's villains we've seen before in the movies, but like done in like different ways.
Yeah, I was gonna say you also get you get reference to even more too, because like when Gwen was talking about how her dad was killed and that sort of, because you saw Croc.
Yeah,
you saw Killer Croc, or is it Killer?
No, it's
Lizard. Okay, sorry, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care.
I know
There's too many goddamn same characters.
Like, oh, it's the Lizard.
Yeah. Like you see all these different villains coming in and make reference to villains.
Yeah. Also, like I will say, like if you were a fan of like old cartoons of superheroes, like the Batman animated series, there's some scenes where there's like silhouettes fighting, and it looks just like that. So it's like if you like Batman the animated series, you should definitely check this out.
Yeah. I mean, if you like any sort of comic book movie or TV show or just the comics, this is going to be good for you.
If you seems like watch a fun movie, just go see this movie.
Yeah, like it seems like it's going to be a kid movie, and there were definitely people who brought kids there that were too young for this movie. That one girl
there was like one like 3 or 4 year old.
Who was not.
A little too young.
Yeah, way too young. She was running around all the time. Wasn't distracting because the movie was that engaging.
Yeah.
But definitely noticeable. But yes, okay. Carl, go through the list of villains, because I don't know them all.
Wilson Fisk, the main villain.
Yep.
Nice.
Doc Ock.
Yep.
There was the Lizard, like you pointed out. Who was the Steel one?
That was Scorpion.
Well, there was Scorpion.
No, there was the
Steel.
Fisk's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh, Prowler?
No. That's the purple guy.
Oh gosh, yeah, there are so many villains.
Yeah.
I forget. I think that was Hammerhead, because I know there's a character called Hammerhead, but this guy looked like a skinny version of a DC character of Solomon Grundy. He looked like a skinny Solomon Grundy, but I think it was he's supposed to be Hammerhead or something like that. There are a lot of villains.
Yes, there are. Like we said, there's Scorpion, who I didn't recognize as necessarily a Spider-Man villain right off the bat. And then
they made him
Green Goblin came in for a very small amount. And so one thing that I really like about this movie is that the character designs for the villains, like, yes, they kind of have the similar things that relate them to the rest of the comics, but they are very much like artistic, like slightly different representations.
Yeah,
that were
like
excellent.
They try to bring in like, because that Green Goblin is like the ultimate Spider-Man Green Goblin.
Yep.
He's actually like a goblin,
yep.
like monster.
And he's
so
gigantic, and
you get a lot of villains, but you get different looks to them. So it's like the villains don't necessarily come from different dimensions, like the Spider-Mans do, but they still twist it in a way where it's like these are different looks for all the characters.
Yep.
Yeah, and you finally got that Spider-Man villain that a lot of fans have wanted.
Yeah.
They've wanted to see like Vincent D'Onofrio, who does Wilson Fisk beautifully in the Daredevil series, as a Spider-Man villain. Because
Did he do
Don't think so.
No,
No, in this movie, did he do the voice?
No.
Okay.
No. But
I really like the voice actor. I couldn't pinpoint exactly what his name or who he was, but he's very iconic.
But you finally got that Wilson Fisk villain that Spider-Man fans have wanted.
Yeah, in a really good
in a
way,
really good
and a
way.
very
And
like relatable, like a very much like this is a villain who's like does have depth.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he lost something very important to him, and he blames
makes the
Spider.
same-
He makes a
same mistake.
Yep, he makes the same mistake of like blaming Spider-Man for something that wasn't really Spider-Man's fault, and then it's
That was
It's-
very clever, how they played that up.
both of the major villains have, and they're like Fisk is one, and then Prowler's the other one. That I would say is like the major villains because they're related to the story the most.
Yeah.
But they both have very complex and very well written characters. It's so good.
It's like it's stuff we've seen before, but it's done in a way where it feels new.
Yep.
I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't say that it feels new. It's just effective.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time since like those kind of characters have been effective because this movie had me laughing 1 minute and then feeling really sad the next.
Oh
minute,
yeah,
you know?
I felt really bad laughing at what? There was one instance. I think it was when they have him in the room all tied up, and like his dad knocks on it, and like he's just sitting there, and it seems like it's going to be a funny. I don't know. There was one scene that was like. It was really
Well, what
funny
did you
1
think
second,
was
and then all of a sudden, after it happened, I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, I kind of feel bad for laughing at that point, even though it seemed like it was a funny moment, and then all of a sudden, right after, there was like a
Would
heart.
you say there were tonal issues?
No, I would say that it was. Well, I might just have a fucked up sense of humor, or it could
We
just
all
be that.
kinda do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come cucklord. But no, I wouldn't say it's tonal issues because like it was done well to the point where like it's not like it was like super funny and then you don't realize that something bad's going to happen because it was like in that scene the dad comes, he says something to his son that's very emotionally impactful to him and kind of sparks the resolution of the whole kind of conflict of this movie, and you knew that was happening as soon as he kind of came into the scene. But before that, there was just like a funny, it was more funny because it was like situationally awkward. It's like the dad comes and knocks on the door, and he's kind of like tied up and with stuff all over his mouth. And
I thought it was kind of
I've been in that situation before, and it was pretty funny.
Just a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, I'm tied up with shit all over my mouth, and my dad knocks on my door.
Just wants to have a nice day. A little trip. Yeah, that is actually what I really liked about this movie is that it did balance all those tones like really well. Where I feel not just Marvel movies, but a lot of movies now try to just be too funny and they throw too many jokes. Where it's like you kind of need like a breather for like the jokes to hit you. Or I think the best movie to compare this to is Lego Batman, but I also think that this movie is better than that because Lego Batman I think hit you with the jokes too hard, like too fast, like. It had like just a movie's worth of jokes like within the first 5 minutes that I was like, okay, this is a bit much. And then like when the emotional stuff hit, I'm like, this is not really matching up all that well. So this is a fantastic movie because it balances all its tones wonderfully. Well, I can't emphasize enough like how this is literally nothing that anyone has like ever seen before
or done. Nobody's been it.
Well.
Sony's kind of nailing it.
Like they nailed it with this.
Well, Venom was yes, there was
fun.
problems with it. It was just a fun movie
We had,
in the Spider-Man
Venom was
universe.
fun.
And this
was
was like a very well written, very
It's a
well
fun,
directed.
fantastic movie,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I totally fucking railroaded you.
Are you good?
Oh shit. Godzilla is now wearing a Cuphead hat,
Dude,
backwards, over his eyes.
Yeah. Can't say.
Okay. We just stall out.
It's not the same thing, but come on, you can replicate this. Lightning in a box.
Do you hear all that lightning? Guess it's time for those umbrellas.
Umbrellas, yep. You want to keep yourself safe from lightning. Have an umbrella. It'll hit the umbrella. It'll shoot back. It'll hit Zeus in the face.
Here at Frank's Umbrella Depot, we only offer. We have the best umbrellas in the entire world. Why did my accent change? In the entire galaxy.
Everyone.
It seems like it has been struck by lightning without our patented rubber umbrellas.
Yes, our patented John Leguizamo. Patented rubber umbrella. Try saying that, rubber umbrella.
Rubber umbrellas.
5 times fast. Yeah, we got John Leguizamo somehow. He was
Okay.
like, yeah, I'll put my name on it.
Yeah.
He's down.
Patented.
He's down to play him.
As seen on my TV while I put the VHS tape in there of this commercial we made. And now this is
30 years ago.
So we are currently filming the commercial. This is all audio pulled directly from the commercial from my VHS tape. That's why it sounds like this.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? You know, it's 2008. It's 2018, and we've got the technical ability to take the sound off of a VHS tape and put it right into your ears.
It's never been done before.
Never.
It's never been done.
Never been done before.
It will never be done again.
I disagree. I disagree.
We got 5 left, so come on in.
I think this is gonna be the new trend. Is that people are gonna take their VHS tapes, they're gonna pull the audio from them, and they're gonna make podcast commercials out of there.
We're selling rubber umbrellas.
Okay. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get back on track.
Yeah, rubber umbrellas. We don't got any left.
We don't. We have probably like 2,000. I think 2,000. Look. Okay.
Some of them are gonna have holes, all right.
Umbrellas. They have holes in them. Yeah, if you think about it.
Like anything else, they'll get
Well,
holes
just
in it.
if you think about an umbrella, it doesn't take up the entire sky.
Yeah, that's true.
It just takes up a very small portion of it. In these umbrellas, it's an even smaller portion.
John Leguizamo patented duct tape to cover up the holes.
Or
in a rubber umbrella.
You know, when you told me that was your pitch for another sister product to this product, I thought you were crazy. I thought you were crazy. I thought, you know what?
Insane.
People are gonna buy 2 umbrellas and put one over the other one so that the holes are covered.
And I was like,
you were like, that's stupid.
That's kind of stupid.
That's
Put
stupid.
tape on there.
Buy duct tape, and then you can tape both of the umbrellas that you just bought.
Product, yeah.
And I said, well.
And then you wanted
you're
like
right.
a Darth Maul like umbrella.
I still believe that, a la Forrest Gump, there was rain that was coming up from underneath us.
Yeah, under rain.
You need an umbrella that will protect you from the under rain and the over rain.
We only have so much duct tape to tape the umbrellas together.
Yes. So there is an even more.
Double umbrella.
There's an even more short supply of our duct tape.
Yes.
At this point, we have 1,872 patented duct tapes left. So it's very, very short supply.
We were surprised we got the patented on duct tape.
Orders are coming in. Orders are coming in every 4 to 5 days for these products.
Yeah, that's not that long.
Nope.
That's not even a week, people.
We were featured on QVC.
Faster than Amazon.
Yeah, faster. No. Phone orders for this product are coming in every 5 days. It doesn't take you 5 days to get the product. People, we are not saying that definitively. We are not saying that. It will take 4 to 5 weeks to get your product. We are not saying that it will take 4 to 5 days. Still faster than Amazon. And by that we mean the Amazon River. Is that a river? I don't know.
The Amazon, river. It's definitely a river.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
I'm like...
Wait, hold up.
Oh, shit.
Hold on, cancel. Cut the commercial.
Dude.
Wait, did you think the Amazon River was an ocean?
No.
Are you sure? Because it seemed like what you just said may have refuted that.
No.
All right. Roll the tape.
All right, we got our John Leguizamo pendant.
Oceans.
We're selling oceans in aisle, people.
We're selling oceans in a bottle. It's the patented,
really
the patented Amazon River Ocean. Amazon River Ocean. We only have 4 of these left. We've given them to very thirsty people. They've been significantly disappointed with the fact that this wasn't river water. It was, in fact, ocean water.
Yeah.
It was very misleading.
We kind of dropped the ball on
It also took them 4 to 5 weeks to get that product as well, so the fact that they were thirsty was kind of irrelevant by that point.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, dude, I just got a Gatorade from the fridge at that point.
Okay, so the number is 1-800-222-6 John Leguizamo. So that is 1-800-222 John Leguizamo. I'm sure it's flashing on the screen right now what that creates in
click all
number
the
text.
Ads, click on all the ads to buy more of our products.
Our website currently is under construction. The QVC thing was a bit of an issue. People died. Yes, they're building it. Our website. Hold on. Our website is currently being built behind us. That's where the majority of the casualties are coming from. Like, this is a very tall structure, and it's very thin. Very thin. We're challenging the president.
We're going to build a bigger building.
We're going to build a bigger building with more duct tape,
More duct tape.
more umbrellas.
And it's going to... Okay, starting from the top, there's a waterfall that goes into the Amazon Ocean, people.
The Amazon River Ocean.
Amazon River Ocean.
You're going to be able to come in there. It's going to cost you $10 a pop.
You have to slide down on
No.
an alligator, too.
Well, yes. Okay, you're right. I forgot we talked about this.
About the
Yep.
water slide.
Yeah, and then at the end of the water slide, we're gonna throw glass bottles at you, and you can collect as much rainwater or as much Amazon River Ocean water as you can.
Come on,
We're giving it away for the low price of $10 admission.
$10, people. You can't get this anymore.
So remember, call the number 1-800-222 John Leguizamo today. And we're back. Okay, so Carl had to leave because he had to do some grocery shopping.
No, he's got a life.
He's got a life. He's one of those people.
Yeah, so kicked him out.
I mean, as we said, like we are very fat. We can't move.
That's right.
The only place we go
Carl takes us to places like
Carl. Okay, a peek behind the curtain. Even though we released the episode calling for this after the fact, Carl came to us with a forklift and said, "Guys, I want to help you see movies." And you know what?
This was all because of Carl.
This whole podcast was because of Carl. I mean,
I
don't like how much he talked in this episode. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, we're gonna edit a lot of that out.
Yep. It's funny to say this after the fact, but yes, we are going to edit a lot of this episode, especially Carl's shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking guy talked forever.
It's a freaking storm with that guy.
Oh God, it was the same thing on the Venom one. It's just every single time
We should kick him out. He's
we leave any sort of a pause, or we say, "Carl, do you want to say something?" knowing that he shouldn't. He should know. He should know that he shouldn't talk.
30-minute tirades.
No, he knows he shouldn't talk. This is our podcast.
Yeah,
he needs to shut the fuck up. We invite him. You know, he's supposed to, whenever we say, Carl, do you have anything to say? He's supposed to say, no, I politely decline.
No,
I politely decline. I don't have anything useful to posit in this conversation. But he had to go have a life. So we are going to do something a bit different. Into the Spiderverse was excellent, but we have a new thing we need to talk about.
That's all we got to
Yep,
say.
that's so. Wally, would you fuck with this movie?
Absolutely. Best. Oh gosh, we just saw it. So I'm really enjoying the movie, and I think people are going to enjoy it too. Just go see the movie.
Yep.
Super fun movie.
Carl, would you fuck with this movie? I politely decline.
Shut up, Carl!
Yeah, Carl! It's too loud! Too loud! Get down! Off the couch! Off the couch!
Ow!
Bad dog! Bad Carl!
Okay, he's dead.
He died of shame.
Yeah, he's just in a fetal position.
Yep.
I'll dry it up. Oh, Quinn, would you fuck with this movie?
Absolutely. I would fuck with this movie. I would fuck with every part of it. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was unique. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I thought it was
very
insightful. I thought it was emotionally impactful. I definitely got to a point where I'm like, I might start tearing up a little bit. Tearing up a little bit.
No, absolutely. And it's been a long time since I personally teared up at these kind of movies because they have kind of run the gambit of just being a generic fun action movie.
Yep.
And this has that. It totally has elements of that, but it's something new, something fresh, and yeah, check it out.
The best Black Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I will just say, I mean, biracial main character.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I did want to touch on that. There were just nice little touches where like his mom speaks Spanish to him.
Yep.
And there's just touches of characters who would be speaking Spanish just speak Spanish, and they're not really translated because it's they live in New York. That's a huge melting pot. So it's there's just going to be characters speaking their own language. That's such a little thing, but that's a nice little touch. Even one of the villains is Spanish, so the Scorpion, he just speaks Spanish.
Yep, and it wasn't you could, if you knew any sort of Spanish. I feel like this was a more adult film because if you knew Spanish or even have I knew what she was saying.
Someone growing up with just a lot of people who spoke Spanish around him and didn't always understand what was going on, but would always get the gist. I'm yeah, that's what it would have been like.
Yep. Yeah, it felt very natural, but as somebody who took Spanish and who didn't have that growing up hearing Spanish frequently, I was still able to understand exactly what they were saying.
Yeah, that is the point I really wanted to say about that movie. It's nice little touches that make this more than just a dumb fun action movie.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely parts of that, but it is
it's
family movie.
Yeah, just really, really, really good at combining a lot of things. Okay, but
now the important stuff.
Important stuff. So in approximately
what day is it?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
13 days. 13 days. Our friend Ryan O'Regan is going to be having a wedding reception. He's been married for almost a year now, but he lives in Ireland currently. Making it official in the USA. USA. Okay. Anyway, so we've been tasked because we are the top tier of this
specific
he comes to he came
a secret message by Pigeon.
Yep, by Pigeon, aka Facebook Messenger.
Yes, that's what we call it.
Facebook Messenger is now called the Pigeon, and he came to us and he said, "Guys, I don't know anybody else who could do this. My dad definitely couldn't. This is too big of a thing. Could you test a gluten-free cake option that we might have at the wedding reception?" And we're like, no, I'm like, at the beginning, we're like, I don't know, I'm a little busy. I'm a little busy right now. Yeah. Give me that. As a vegetarian, I wholeheartedly agree. I only want meat cake. Yeah. I don't even want chocolate. I want a cake made entirely out of bacon.
That is true.
carved
That's not
right
what we got, but
carved right off the bone.
yes.
The pig
Just
bone.
nice slab,
The
yeah.
pig bone.
Cake bacon.
Caken.
Cake.
No. So yes, we both were given a slice. Wally was given
I
two
was
slices.
given 2 slices. Okay. We
And
couldn't bring that up.
yeah, we are. You know what we are. So
Ooh,
Mr.
we got some beef.
We got some beef.
beef.
Yeah, we get some beef in this cake. So Mr. O'Regan texted us and said, "Hey,
I'm
I'm
say bless his soul, but thankfully Mr. Regan's still around.
bless his soul."
Still, yeah,
Just
bless
preemptively,
yeah.
couldn't. It was a little late at night, and he didn't know where I live necessarily, and so he said, "Oh, I left your piece with Walter, and it should find you," and I knew because I got that text. I got that text at about 8:00, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit on this until this morning because Wally's at work.
Yeah.
And so, or the next morning. And so, the next morning, I think this was pretty early. I think it was at 3.
Like 3 or 4
Yep.
in the morning.
I said, "Oh, Wally, make sure,
Yeah, because the
Wally."
first thing I commented, like, out of nowhere, it's like, oh my god, this cake is so freaking good.
Yep.
And you're
And
like,
so I
dude,
said, "Wally, just make sure." Mr. O'Regan said he left my
was-
slice of cake.
within the last, like, 2 or 3 bites of the freaking cake, I was like, oh no.
And so, yes, so Wally ate my cake, but Mr. O'Regan, being the kind soul that he was able to give me another piece.
He is.
Yes. Being the kind soul was able to.
Oh, okay.
Like, at the
I thought
time.
you said being the kind soul that he was.
No. But, yeah, he was able to give me another
Okay.
piece. And, Wally, what were your first impressions?
I liked how, I don't know, this is weird, how nutty it tasted. Like, I thought it was like pecans in it at first, but I guess it turned out to be walnuts.
I might be wrong. It tasted like walnuts, but was yours, it was like mousse on, it was almost like a cheesecake. Is that right?
Yeah, it was almost
Okay.
like a cheesecake. Like, it was really thick with, like, the frosting, or I guess the chocolate, and the peanuts just were, like, crushed up together. And, yeah, like, it tasted different, but, like, a good different. Not like a, I don't know, a weird different. I really enjoyed it. Like, it could also be that I was freaking hungry at 3 in the morning. So,
Why were you up at 3 in the morning?
It's come home from work.
What? You don't
3 in
work
the
till,
morning.
what?
Yeah.
I thought you worked till 11. I thought it was like 2 till 11.
No, it's a weird, second, third shift where like starts at 4 and goes to 3 in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I come home
makes
after
sense.
a long shift. I see a cake. I'm super excited. Within like 30 seconds, most of it is gone. I post how amazing it is, and they're like, "Guys," he's like, "Buddy."
Yeah,
half
I
of that is
I had just gotten up to go to work because I had to salt that
I
day.
ruined your day. Then.
You did. I was like, this fucking guy. I'm gonna go slash his tires. And then I did, and then I'm like,
And he
shit.
felt
So then
bad
I
'cause he's
stole
such a
his
nice
car,
boy.
hot wired it.
Yeah.
He hasn't noticed that yet. The whole bottom part of his steering
Wait,
wheel's
what?
gone. What?
What you did to my car?
I didn't do anything. And I got him new tires. But
What a guy.
that are just as worn as the old ones. You are loving that. You are loving Carl's gift.
It's great, dude.
It is a good gift. It's
Yeah.
wearing the hat way better now. It was wearing it backwards, and the
It's
snapback was
sitting
over
on
there.
like one of his like fins.
Damn, that
Yeah.
works really well. No, because mine, it was like a cheesecake, and then the base was the that's what I'm thinking. The base of it was a walnut. It was like a walnut crust underneath
But
a
was
cheesecake.
the cheesecake part chocolate?
Yes,
We had the same thing.
yes.
Yeah.
But it seemed like for you the nuts were mixed into the mousse, or the I
I kind of ate it in a way where
So you ate it like any sort of slice of cake where you get all the layers.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I'm just like, I'm shaping off the first.
Well, no, it seemed like what you were saying is that it was incorporated, but it was really it was a chocolate mousse with
the mousse was on top,
nut
it's
a
not like
nut
the-
blended nut blended crust basically. So it was
Really
more
good,
like a
dude.
pie.
Yeah.
It was really good. It did have a unique taste. That was a little. It tasted almost like liquory.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
Like there may have been like some sort of like baking alcohol or something in it that kind of added to the decadence.
I thought that was just the walnut taste.
Have you had walnuts before?
Yes.
They don't taste like
nutty,
that.
Yeah, it tastes.
Like, yeah, I can agree to that, but the actual mousse tasted like it had some sort of LaCroix.
It sounds like you took your time.
I did.
With your cake. I did not. I devoured it.
Yeah.
I was given one job. Just to eat
cake.
And I
Let them
failed it.
eat cake.
Let them eat cake.
No, yeah, I took my time because I'm like, I want stuff to talk about.
You know, it's good that Ryan chose the both of us because one's just going to devour the whole freaking thing. One's going to take his time.
I also didn't tell Ryan anything about it. I just said it was good. Because...
I told it, yeah. We both...
Yeah, we didn't really break it down. Yeah. I thought it was a little... It's a little heavy, a very... Because it's almost... It's not a full ganache. But it's pretty close to it's a mousse. And it's very thick and very heavy. I'm like, I'm not going to want to fucking dance after this. And, I mean, why you go into weddings if you ain't going to fucking dance?
Who wants to dance after eating cake in general, though?
If it's a lighter cake, give me, an angel food cake with a little dollop of whipped cream on top. I'd be eating that all day.
I'm just saying, when cake, that ain't never going to be a thin cake.
I disagree. I think most traditional wedding cakes with, the white cake with white frosting or something like that, it's a little lighter than, a heavy chocolate ganache. Or a chocolate mousse. Dude, we are gonna be dancing. It's gonna be incredible. Show off my sick dance moves. Show the world that I've made something of myself.
Yeah.
Oh, the lawnmower is getting out, and I'm gonna be cutting all day. Leaf blower, sprinkler. It's gonna be all of them.
Dude, yeah, the lawn's gonna get clean.
The lawn, all the yard work is gonna get done. The grass is gonna look immaculate. It's gonna be well watered.
Watch it. Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. Of course. I mean, it's gonna be everyone. I'm gonna do what is this? I'm gonna open some cans. I'm gonna
spray pop open some champagne bottles. We're gonna have a grand old time.
Okay. So, is there anything else you want to talk about with this cake?
About the cake?
Yes, we have gone. This is a very long.
I haven't tasted anything else quite like it. For me, okay. Gosh, I'm such a fatty. It was just good to taste. I'm like, oh, this is mostly chocolate and has nuts in it. I'm like, this is a good mix.
Yeah, I agree. It's very good. It didn't really taste gluten free. It didn't taste it was clear that the crust was not. I didn't realize it until he said it, because he just said, "Do you want to test a cake for me?"
You think that maybe affected your what you thought it was going to taste like? That you knew it was gluten free?
No, I think I saw.
Because I think I did see the text oh, it's gluten free cake, and I personally didn't. I think that might have kind of changed your perception because you said it didn't taste like. I don't know.
Well, so when I imagine a bad gluten-free cake, I'm imagining a box cake mix that's gluten-free. So it's not a mousse or something. Yeah. It's not a mousse or something like that. Because this was almost like a cheesecake or a pie or something like that.
Yeah,
so it's very different from a traditional cake.
Yeah.
And if it had been a traditional cake that was gluten-free, I think it would have been not as good.
Would have been worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think they made the right decision in doing this type of cake.
Ryan, we can't wait to eat
Ryan, we can't wait to eat this cake.
You're going to hear this probably after, or if you hear this
No,
at all.
I'm posting it this Tuesday.
Okay.
I don't think I have anything pressing to do tomorrow after school. And so I work at a school.
So
I'm not a baby.
So wait, are we releasing the ad and the Spider-Man review and this?
So this is gonna be our longest episode, but we're wrapping it up right now. Wally, would you fuck with this cake?
Hell yeah, man!
Excellent.
I love this cake. This is the cake where you'll eat your best friend's piece before he knew it was gone. All right?
That's true. You don't realize how much you're eating.
This is worth losing friendship over.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. This podcast is going to be over once again because Wally ate my cake. And
hates me. It's
I'm
my gut.
pissed.
He's fuming
It's
bad.
it's the principle of the thing,
Yeah.
frankly.
Right.
It's
I
the
fucked up,
like
dude.
that other piece was fine. It's the principle of the thing. You didn't think
I
about me
ate-
before yourself.
I ate your piece.
You didn't think
It
about
was
things
your
before
piece.
yourself, even though you didn't know the circumstances.
That's right.
How dare you?
I fucked up, guys. It's the end of the podcast.
This is gonna be really hard to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see you guys in another long
Yeah.
hiatus.
Okay, I would fuck with this cake. I would fuck on this cake, but that's the last time. The Fuks are breaking up.
Yeah. Fucks out forever.
We're each individual fuck now.
Yes, we're our own fucks.
Now get the fuck out of here.